In the mid to late 1980s, the Coen brothers came out with a movie called Raising Arizona. And this is a still from that movie. Uh, it was a bizarre movie. I'm still not exactly sure what to do with it. Nicolas Cage and Holly Hunter kidnapped a baby. I remember him robbing a convenience store for diapers with pantyhose over his head. And it was a bizarre film, and there was a lot of comedic peril, and even peril to the baby that they kidnapped, who ended up fine. But I wonder, could I even now watch Raising Arizona without having a physiological response to the peril, to the danger in the movie, the pretend danger to a child? Um, I think a lot of us have a lingering sense of peril, danger, and worry over someone, at least someone, maybe many people in our lives. We have concern that they don't belong to the Lord, that they're giving themselves to something destructive, that they are deceived, or that they're willfully walking away from the Lord. And that's a real concern for probably all of us at some point in time in our lives, parent or no. And then it gives way to the two false idols of worry, which is an exaggerated sense of control, or despair, which is an exaggerated abandonment of hope. Is there someone in your life that you are ready to just throw your hands up over as your child, as your parent, as your spouse, as your friend, where the danger to them seems like they're going to be utterly lost? Well, there's a word for us today from Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 27. This is after the Lord has been saying that he will judge his people, he will discipline their enemies, and he will bring back and establish true worship for himself in Jerusalem. This is the last thing that he says in that passage. In Isaiah 27, verses 12 and 13, in that day, from the river Euphrates to the brook of Egypt, the Lord will thresh out the grain. Now, threshing out the grain, that's the last step of the harvest. And so the worry would then be that anybody left after that is going to just be forgotten. He will thresh out the grain, and you will be gleaned one by one. Gleaning was picking by hand little bits of seeds from the edges of a field. It was the very last step after the end of the harvest. It was left for the poor, the gleanings at the edge of the field. He says, you will be gleaned one by one, O people of Israel. And in that day a great trumpet will be blown, and those who were lost in the land of Assyria and those who were driven out to the land of Egypt will come and worship the Lord on the holy mountain at Jerusalem. So what's the image here? The Lord of the harvest, the Lord of discipline for his people and judgment on the world, the Lord who has effectively established his holiness, then goes out and gleans one by one, name by name, his precious people. And it doesn't matter if they had been one of the ones who had been lost in Assyria or driven to Egypt. Their circumstances don't have the last word over their lives and their eternal destiny. The Lord God has that last word. And that's a comfort for anybody who has anxiety or worry over anybody in your life, whom you can't seem to protect and whom you can't seem to persuade to come back to the Lord. The Lord knows his own. The Lord will glean them one by one, and it's not too late, even when it feels too late at the end of the harvest. So I just want to encourage you with that today. The Lord, not their circumstances, not even their own decision making. The Lord, the sovereign one, has final word over your family, over your friends, over your children, over your loved ones. He has the final authority. He has an effective word over their lives. And at the end of days, he will glean them, all of his own. He will glean them, picking them carefully, and bring them home. He has always been the Lord of the harvest. This is his plan for his glory. Yes, we continue to pray. Yes, we continue to struggle with anxiety. Yes, we long to see that day when he will take them. But he is the Lord, and their circumstances may look dire to you right now. But that's not the last word. The last word belongs to the Lord of the harvest, and he will glean his people one by one and forget none of them. No one of his will be lost. Bless you.